Hello and welcome everybody. In this video we will show you how to get people to open up. Open and honest communication plays a huge role in the success of any relationship, particularly romantic ones. But for one reason or another, some people are not always inclined to share their feelings with friends, family, or even their partner. If your girlfriend or boyfriend is closed off and resisting open up to you, it can feel hurtful and discouraging, but there are steps that you can take to encourage them to do so. Keep watching the whole video and don't skip any important part. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive all our news. 1. Pay close attention to any information the other person shares at the beginning of an interaction. It could be the person's name that leads to interesting clues. Perhaps if it's unusual, or it could be something you overhear about where the person is from, even though the information may be somewhat generic and completely innocuous. It can give you the basis for where you are going next. 2. Establish a point of connection and use that to continue the conversation. You are both suffering from the same unpleasing condition, waiting in a long line. Comment on your shared misery. I thought this would be a fast line, but it's not, I guess. Leak a little information about yourself, but only a minimal amount to keep things going. 3. Don't make assumptions. A stranger seated next to you at a reasonably formal dinner may be wearing jeans and a flannel shirt. You may believe that this person got there by mistake because clearly the person doesn't fit into the crowd. Before you write this person off, maintain a generally friendly and respectful demeanor. For all you know, this is someone who didn't know what the dress rules were, or it is actually someone wealthy, high status, or nice enough not to care. 4. Ask questions without seeming or being nosy and intrusive. Using the data you have in front of you, which could be on a resume or school transcript, start with general questions that you hope will lead to more specific information. You may see an unusually short period of employment or a poor grade on a transcript. There could be many reasons for this, but to get to the truth, give the other person space to put those reasons in his or her own words. If it's an informal situation, keep your questions to what feels like a comfortable number in the context of the interaction. And finding the balance between sensitive questions and prying is crucial, as the latter can make your partner pull away more. We all want to feel like we matter and are cared about, but no one wants to feel like they are in the hot seat. Too many questions can leave them feel interrogated and judged and put them in the defensive, so don't forget to actively listen when you pose a question. 5. Figure out when to back off. At some point, the other person may wish to discontinue the conversation or just not answer a question to your satisfaction. That poor grade on transcript may be due to the fact that a close relative died, or that the subject matter is just one that was too challenging. If you get such an answer and the individual clearly is upset at talking about the situation, let the matter rest and switch gears. It is easy to practice your skill in this form of communication, given how often we are in situations with people we don't really know. Once you get the hang of it, you will find many more opportunities to satisfy not only your sense of curiosity, but also make surprisingly enjoyable connections that might even change the course of your life. 6. Be reliable. Make sure to be there and honor commitments with your friend. This shows them that they can rely on you at times, including telling and keeping secrets. Following up on any commitment you make to the best of your ability, showing that you are reliable, even with the most basic things, helps maintain trust. If you cannot honor something, give the person plenty of notice and make to explain the circumstance and then apologize. Make sure to not pass judgment on anything they tell you. This can help them be more ready to confide in you. 7. Practice active listening. Even if someone has trouble opening up, we all have a deep desire to feel seen and understood. Active listening is a great way to reassure your partner that you are there for them by offering the safe space they need. The most important component of active listening is empathy, a non-judgmental verbal acknowledgement of one's feelings. You can do this with phrases like, "It sounds like you are feeling happy because we have met today," which opens up the door for them to give their take. 8. Demonstrate sharing and self-disclosure. Self-disclosure can also be effective in helping someone open up. She recommends phrasing sharing and self-disclosure statements in a way that prompts them to offer their experience. "I have been really struggling with social distance and feeling super lonely and anxious about it. How have you been doing?" By including them in your own vulnerability, they will be less likely to feel dismissed or silenced. 9. Even if they were sharing with you a story or something, try to talk about yourself too. Make sure to talk about yourself during your conversations. Give a little bits of information about yourself as you feel comfortable, which can in turn put them at ease and show that they can find you and trust in you. Discuss different topics with your friend, family member, including serious and light-hearted matters. This can help them see your similarities and may make them more likely to confide a secret in you. Sharing can really help establish a relationship of trust between people, especially if both individuals are comfortable talking about themselves. Keep what you talk about and share commensurate with what your friend or family member shares. Oversharing and not sharing enough may undermine your ability to get them to tell you secrets. 10. Lean on nonverbals. It sounds simple, but nonverbal cues go a long way in effective communication. We have all had the feeling that someone wasn't saying what they meant based on their body language, so being mindful of the cues we are giving off will help build trust and a feeling of safety. According to researchers, things like eye contact, genuine and warm facial expression, and your tone of voice are all things to keep in mind. 11. Let them know you value your relationship and ask what they need to feel safe. If all else fails, you might have to ask your partner outright what they need. Try to let your partners know that you value your relationships by showing that with your words or even with your actions. And always ask yourself, what can I do so that my partner does feel safe? 12. Acknowledge your own desires. It is important to recognize our own desire to deepen a relationship faster than others might want to. We may have different boundaries, timelines, or even be subconsciously dealing with fears or abandonment. If you are struggling with a partner's unwillingness to open up, reflect on your own needs for information or intimacy, and consider that there might be a need to practice patience with the process. 13. Build up trust. Building up trust with the person you are talking is the most fundamental thing you can do. It's unlikely you will ever get someone to open up to you just by asking them to. Say some researchers, why should they trust you? Why should they reveal their most inner secrets to you? The first thing you will be faced with is defense. A researcher in psychology says that it's the quality of the relationship between client and therapist. It's about creating a space where someone feels safe enough to risk telling the truth about themselves and know they won't be judged or shamed. Have conversation with the person that are sincere and cover a range of topics. Talking about meaningful things to the person can help them consciously connect positive feelings about you and make them more likely to open up to you. Incorporate different topics into your conversation. Keep it light-hearted and funny at times, and balance that with more serious manners at others. Be as sincere as possible without appearing fake. For example, if your friend have trouble in your relationship in a way you cannot relate, you can assure them and say, I don't totally understand how you are feeling, but I am happy to talk about this however much and in whatever way you need. This would be better than simply saying, I know exactly how you feel, especially if you don't. 14. Receive them unconditionally. An integral part of building trust in any relationship is accepting the person unconditionally. This might make them more likely to divulge secrets to you. Don't push or even force them to do or say something with which they aren't comfortable with.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive
all our news. If you learned something new today, then give the video a like and tell us in comments which step you like it more. And here's some others great videos I think you will enjoy. Just click on the left or on the right.